Hi everybody. Today we are going to see a Python program to demonstrate group by function as well as the aggregate functions. First, let us start up with group by function. What exactly is a group by function and why we are going to use a group by function? A group by function is used to categorize the data based on some criteria. And there are some more aggregate functions. If you are familiar with SQL, there are a few aggregate functions like SQL in Python also. The aggregate functions are sum, minimum, maximum, mean, median, mode, standard deviation and all. So how you are going to use the group by function in Pandas data frame? Followed by that, once you are done with the group by, how you are going to aggregate them and come up with a solution. So this is what is the main intention of the program today. And then this group by and aggregate functions are mostly used by data analysts in order to solve any complex problem. So the main theme of here it is to in order to solve a complex problem, you will be dividing the complex problem into sub problems and come up and combine the sub problems together and come up with a final solution. This is what exactly is your group by and aggregate is going to do so. So let us start with a scenario based kind of explanation here. So we'll take a sample data frame. So from that data frame, we'll come up with a few questions. So how you're going to solve the problems or how you're going to solve all the questions there. So now let us start. So this is a simple import pandas SPD. Created a pandas data frame. So with 6 columns: employee ID, employee name, age, gender, salary, and department. If you could observe, this is a 10 rows in 6 columns data frame. So employee ID 101 to 110, I just gave a sequential order. And employee name, for simplicity's sake, I gave E1, E2, E3 and all to E10. And age, randomly I gave some number like 20, 46, 32, 27 and all. And gender, anyhow, we are focusing on male and female, so it's like M and F. And then salary, something like 18,000, 15,000, 25,000, 15,000, and 30,000. And I added one more column called as department, which means the employee can belong to any of the departments. So it can be more than two also, but for simplicity's sake, I used accounts department and admin department. Okay, so let us just display the data frame for our better understanding. And also, I just called the attribute shape here to get the dimension of the data frame. Let me run this. So now this is our employee data frame. So employee ID, name, age, gender, salary, and department. So as I said, this is how it looks like. And this is, as we said in Python, most of the data structures are zero based. So this data frame is also zero based. That's why it's zero. Unless and until we explicitly mention the index to be something like A, B, C, D, and all, or whatever the user defined or a programmer required. Unless we mention that, it will by default take it as the index as 0. I didn't mention anything here, so that is the reason by default it took a 0 index till 9. So the dimension of the data frame is going to be, it is of 10 rows and a 6 columns. So now I hope you're clear. So this is our data frame, employee data frame, with 10 rows and 6 columns. So the 6 columns are employee ID, employee name, age, gender, salary, and department. So please make sure that you are clear with the employee data frame, because in order to solve the questions which I am going to give you, which I'm putting before you now, need a clear understanding of our original data frame. Okay. So now, as I said, I'll start up with the questioning session, something like scenario based kind of. So now that is your employee data frame with 10 rows and 6 columns is clear, I guess. So now I want to find the female employees. I want to find only the female employees from the employee data frames. And the second question is also find only the male employees. So once we are able to solve how to find the female employees, it will be pretty easier to solve the problem like finding the male employees also. So let us quickly jump into the first case, like find the employee female employees. How you are going to find the female employees? For that, there is a function name called as a group by. So this group by will split our data frame based on the number of values that particular column consists. Suppose we are interested in finding the female employees. So female employees means it is related to which column? Gender column. So now we need to divide this data frame based on the gender column. So how you are going to achieve it? So I'll just give a grouped EMPDF or splitted, we can say something. So first this data frame is df underscore employee. So this is our employee data frame. I'm just calling upon group by function. So group by. So on what basis I am grouping this data frame? We need female employees. Female employees is nothing but it is related to gender column. So that is why we need to give the gender column here. Okay. So we grouped our data frame by means of gender column. Our expected thing is all the male employees to be categorized into one section and all the female employees should be categorized into another section. Or on a simpler note, dividing or splitting the data frame into two parts based on the gender condition. All the female employees will be thrown into one set, all the male employees will be thrown into other set. Okay. So then just let us give a print statement to understand what we are getting. We what this group by will return, and we try to store it here. What this is going to return, we'll just try to understand, and let us dive more deep to get whatever is required for us. Let me run this. So I hope this is clear for you. So when I run this, I'll quickly jump into this part. So before for that, let me give a after using group by. Okay, after using group by function. Let me run this. So now this is your employee data frame. This and all we are clear here. So we are focusing on more on here only. So we group by means of a gender. So this got stored into grouped underscore emp underscore df. So we are trying to display. After you are trying to display what you got, this is a data frame group by object. We got only the object. So from this object, we need to find out what exactly has happened. This object holds whatever we need, but we need to display them or find it out, right? This got grouped based on male and female, but we need to find how. So let us just give a simple for loop. For I comma row in this grouped empdef, let me print I and print the row. Row is nothing but the row within our employee data frame. Okay, so our expected thing will be, because this gender is a column which consists of only two values, this grouped employee data frame will be splitted up into two sets. Then female employee, one with male employee. Assume if you are trying to, if your column consists of three distinct values, this will give you three sets. Because this consists of MF only, male and female only, this got divided into two sets. Let us run and check. Quickly jumping here. So this is our group by object. As I said, we displayed the group by object. We again gave it, we just want to in a clear, so that's why we gave it in a for loop here, because this grouped employee data frame will return an iterable with all this row and the index values. So F, as I said, this whole lot of data frame is going to be divided into two parts, female section and male section. So this is our female section. If you could observe, this is all our female section. So female section ID. So these are all the rows, 102, 103, 6, 7, 8 and 10. And if you could observe, the gender is all F here. All the relevant details also came across. Okay. Suppose, and then have a look here, look down here. These are six columns, I guess, one rows, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are six female employees in the employee data frame. The rest four male employees got displayed here. Okay. If you want explicitly only the salary of the female employees, I can just simply give row of salary instead of trying to display the whole lot row. As I gave only the row, whole complete row got displayed. If I am interested only to get the salary of the female employees, only the salary of the female employees, anyhow, after using the group by, this got divided into two sets, F and M. So under F, I am not interested to know all this. I am interested to only know the salary section, salary of this female employees and salary of the male employees. So let me run. So now if you could run, if you could check here. So as I said, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9. So these are all the salaries of the female employees. 1 is 15,000, 2 is 25,000. Let us cross check it. So 1 is 15,000 female, 2 is 25,000 female, right? So these are all the female employee salaries. Let us cross check with male also. 0th index 80,000, 3 15,000 again. So 0th index 80,000, 3 is 15,000. Okay. So now this is how we are going to call upon the group by function. So now let me remove this. So for the first use case, or the first we are interested here is find the female employees. So now you are able to find the female employees, right? At the same time, you got the male employees also, right? So let me run. So now you can see you got the female employees, you got the male employees. So you got whole lot of the data of the female and male employees. And according to your requirement, if you want the female employee names, if you want the female employee age, if you want female employee salary explicitly, you can get that also. Okay. So this is how we are solved these two problems, right? So now we are done with this. Find the female employees, find the male employees. Okay. Then the third thing is find the female employees who belong to admin section. So now I am interested not only in the female employees. Now if you could see the female employees, look at the departments here. So the female employees, the employee 102 belongs to admin department, 103 belongs to accounts department, 106 belongs to admin department, 7 belongs to accounts department, 108 belongs to admin, 110 belongs to admin department. So now my interest is I want female employees who belong to only admin section. Okay. So how I am going to achieve this? So now we used the group by function over a single column gender itself. Now if you could look at the question here, we are interested in female employees, which means it is related to gender column. We are interested in admin section or admin department, which is nothing but it is related to department columns here. Okay. So now I can give something like this. I can put it in a enclose them in a list. So I want this gender based and department based. I can group them both on both the cases. So now how can I expect my output to be female account section? Sorry, yeah, female account section will be one category. Female admin section will be the second category, and male account section will be one category. Male admin section will be the other category. So there will be four categories here because we are trying to group by or divide or split the data frame based on the two columns. And the two columns each consists of two distinct values. Gender consists of male and female. Department consists of accounts and admin. So that is how the combinations got like four categories. We are trying to group by means of the two columns because our requirement is we want female employees and account section. So let us run and check the output. So now this is all we got a group by data frame object. So as I said, female account section is the first section, female admin is the second category, male accounts is the third category, male admin is the fourth category. Okay, I hope you're clear with this. So if you want to group by a single column, you can achieve it by using group by method. Similarly, if you want to apply the group by function over the two columns, you should enclose the two columns within a list and find out the exact whatever output you're expecting. So now you got the four categories. What you are interested now, find the female employees who belong to admin department. So now let us have a look. So female employees, admin department. So there are around female employees who belong to admin department. The employee ID is 102, 106, 108 and 110. These are all the four employees who belongs to admin department and they are also female. Okay. So this is the third case. Jumping into the fourth case, the same way, find the male employees who belong to accounts department. You got the same answer from here itself. So now, male employees, accounts department. So this is your male employees, accounts department. If you could see, there are three employees here. 101, 105, 109. These are the three employees who are male employees and they belong to accounts department. So this is how I solved these four cases here. Okay, I hope you're clear with this. The way I am striking them out because we solved it, right? So find the female employees. If you want only the female employees, use the group by method over the gender column. If you want only male employees, the same way, group by method over a gender column. So then, if you want both the cases, female employees as well as the who belong to admin department, so which requires two columns. So that's why I'm using my gender column as well as the department column here. So when you're doing so, please mind that you need to enclose them within a list here. Otherwise, it will not give you the respective output. Okay. So this is one important key thing you need to remember. Similarly, if you want to group by based on more than two columns also, it can be done. But right now, my interest is only with these use cases. So once I'm done solving with this too, so jumping into the fifth case, I want the female male employees who belong to accounts department. Till here we solved the problem, right? I have the male employees who I want the male employees who belong to accounts department and highly paid. What exactly is meant by highly paid is who are earning more, which means whose salary is more. So that how we are going to achieve it. Okay. So now for that to get the highly paid employee, which is nothing but assume you have all the employees here. So we got a male and what we are interested in male employees with accounts department. Let us have a look. So this is a male employees with accounts department. We have 80,000, 30,000, and 70,000, right? So now you are interested in finding out a male employee who belongs to accounts department and who is highly paid. Highly paid means his salary should be max, right? So in order to achieve this, in addition to our group by method, we also need to include some aggregate functions. As I said, the aggregate functions similar to our SQL itself, there are like max, min, and all. For our particular criteria, we are interested in finding the male employees who are highly paid. So, which means who get a maximum salary. So how you are going to achieve this? So now our expected output should be 101 even 20 m 80,000 in accounts. If you could remember, you can remember. Anyhow, after finding out the answer, you will get it. Okay. So we are interested in highly paid male employee of accounts department. Just okay. So how are you going to achieve this? So this is our grouped column, grouped data frame, right? Once you are grouping this particular data frame based on gender and based on department, this is how is our data frame group by object. This is how our group by object will be. Over this group by object, we are going to apply our aggregate functions to achieve or to find out the highest paid salary member. Okay. So I'll be using this group by grouped employee DF. So, and we are interested which is in which column highly paid is nothing but it is related to salary column. So, over the salary column dot max. Let us print it. So now, if you could see, so this is all is our old section itself. Okay, if I comment it out, this will be gone. If I comment this for loop, this will be gone. Leave it. We are not interested right now. We are clear with grouped things. Now we want only the highly paid. Let us run. So now highly paid male employees of accounts department. So now male employees accounts department, the highly paid is 80,000. And if you could observe, we didn't mention anything like male and accounts department. So on a whole, we got it, right? Male accounts department is 80,000. Male admin department maximum is 15,000. Female accounts is 30,000. Female admin is 90,000. If you want, let us just give the fur also so that it will be clear for you because you got a maximum or minimum like that. Okay. So now let us look the simple case here. Male accounts department 80,000. So this is our mail and accounts section. As I earlier said you, 80,000 is the max. Okay. If you want to cross check again with somewhere like female admin. So female admin max you want 90,000. You got this 90,000. Okay. Apart from this salary, if you want to know the EMP ID also, right? Who is getting that? If you want to know, you can sorry, put like this. So this is how it is gets like this. You can get there is some error here, but still the values are there. Okay. There is some warning here. You can ignore the warning. Okay. So this is how you're going to get highly paid. Suppose, let me have another use. So now you're crystal clear. Find the male employees who belong to accounts department and highly paid. So we are done with this section. Find the female employees, sorry, find the female employees who belong to admin department and least paid. What exactly is the least paid is who is getting the lesser salary. So we have another function here called as min. So we are now interested in female employees admin section. Anyhow, we are getting all the four sections here. So now we are interested in min. Let me run. I'm just changing the max to min. Okay. Again, least paid is nothing but we are interested in salary only. So now, so female employee, let us have a look. Female employee who belong to admin department. So female employee, admin department, least paid is 15,000. So let us have a look. Female employee, admin department, you have four employees here. So the least paid is anyhow 15,000. Okay. So this is how you're able to get highly paid and least paid also. Okay. There can be also one more scenario like somewhere problem is there. Let me highlight it with red itself. Okay. So let me, instead of max and min itself, if I want to find the female employees who belong to admin department, average age. Okay. So I am interested to find the average age of the female employees who belong to admin department. Okay. So now, as I said, this is all of four categories like female accounts, female admin, female accounts, male admin. Now I'm interested in female accounts department, the age, average age of all the people. Instead of not a single highly paid, if you are taking a highly paid, you are using max function, it will give you a single. So if you are taking a least paid, you are using a min function, it will give you a that single row. So now I am interested among the whole set here, whole category. I want the average age of all the employees here. How I'm going to do is I have already an aggregate function called as mean. So I'll be calling on the mean function. And now this is over. I want the average age, right? So I need to change the salary to age column here. We have our age column here. So we'll just change this to average age of the female employees in admin or account section. Okay, anyhow, we'll get all this. From that, if you want still more, we'll just give a some iterable some for loop and we'll get and do the functionalities, whatever operations you are more required. I'm just giving you a brief out how you're going to find it out. Okay. So now we are interested in average age of all the female employees. You'll get male also anyhow. Let me check. So this is the gender is female, department is accounts. So average age is 36, admin is average age is 41, male accounts is 44, male admin is 27. Okay. So we called upon this over the column called age and it is of floating time. Okay. So this is how you're going to do the group by in order to divide your data frame into smaller data frames, which means smaller size of data frames. Among that small size data frames also, if you want to find the solution based on the combination of all those, we are going to do it by means of a aggregate function. So there are many aggregate functions here. So like sum, min, max, mean, mode, median, according to the developer or data analyst requirement, you can use the respective aggregate function. So how